black stuff.
Yeah, it's a bunch of yellows in there, but I don't know what the seeds. But it's black that they have
Gotcha.
well, our best bet's probably by the
Yo, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy Gray. Recently, I have actually been asked a lot on what I am currently running on my Dragon Knight. As most of you do know, I mained Dragon Knight for the longest time back when I played on console. And I haven't really played or posted it too much since I've been on PC, and I just didn't want to play it while I came over to PC. But I have been playing it offline, off stream, stuff like that, right? But I have been getting a lot of people asking me, whether it's just whispering or stuff like that. A lot of people have been wanting to know what I run on my Dragon Knight. So, I'm basically giving you guys that build today. This is a very strong build. I've had zero issues with 1v1ing, 1v-xing, surviving, straight nuking people, whether I play in a group or solo, and it's just very strong, right? So, overall, one of the strongest builds I personally think right now, and we'll go into the reasons why. So, jumping into the gear as usual. We're running Daedric Trickery Back Bar. This is the strongest set in the entire game on a Dragon Knight, alright? If you're going to play Dragon Knight, I recommend you run this set with something else. This is the only set you should run on Dragon Knight because of how strong it really is for a DK. It's just way too good, honestly. It gives you everything you need. Expedition, Protection, Mending, Heroism, Vitality. When you get Heroism, you're popping leaps like every 2 seconds, and you just shred everything, alright? So Daedric Trickery Back Bar, we are running Defending and Sturdy Shield. I prefer a Stamina Glyph. If you want to run a Try Enchant, you can. It's completely fine, but fully buffed up, we have over 40k health with this build, like 27k stam and like 22k mag. Very strong build. Next, we are running Kind Marcher. Yes, we are running a Maul Sharpen, so we get that penetration. But this set basically it does everything that Daedric Trickery does, but against the enemy. Alright, so it gives you Major Breach, Cowardice, Defile, which is probably the strongest in the game, Major Maim, and Major Vulnerability. Vulnerability and Defile are way too strong, especially for a Dragon Knight. You just hit like a truck. So that's what I am currently running. Then I'm running Bloodspawn. Yes, the bread and butter, end all be all set for a Dragon Knight, Bloodspawn. The reason I'm running Bloodspawn, you don't need Balorg if you're running Corrosive, right? It's just useless. So run Bloodspawn, run Gerald's, the War Chief, whatever the fuck monster set that's called. Run Engine Guardian, run whatever you want, right? You can put on anything here. And if you don't even want to run this and you want to run like a trainee piece or a druid, trainee, whatever the fuck, you can also put that on while losing the monster, right? So I run Bloodspawn. It's too good. If you want to put Melibeth on here too, it's also very good, right? OG DK days. So we're running Bloodspawn, medium and light for the head and shoulder. Then we're running a Kind Marcher on the chest, on the legs, and the feet. We have our full 5 on the back bar. Then we are running 1 druid, light, on the waist, so we get that max health. And we're running Daedric Trickery, medium hands, and jewelry pieces infused. If you have gold, you're obviously going to hit harder because it bumps up your damage. So if you have gold, you're going to be doing a lot more than I am. Right. Next, probably the strongest mythic in the entire game, and I'll get into the reason why. This gives you 6k of everything. 6k health, 6k mag, 6k stam when you're fully stacked out, right? This is probably the strongest mythic because it not only gives you resources, it feels like I have infinite sustain, and it feels like I hit a lot harder with this. So that's why I run it. If you do not want to run this, or you do not have it, you can run Malekith's Band of Brutality. You can run Markin Ring of Majesty, which is probably my next best option. Other than Death Dealers, I would run Markin. And if you don't want to run either of those, and you want to run Sea Serpent for some reason, you can 100% run this too. All of them work. If you do put this on, I would either have Infused or Swift. But that's just me. And yeah. If you have any questions about the gear, you can leave it in the comments below. I always respond. And yeah, now we'll jump into the character stat sheet. So, we're running 20 points into health, 44 into stamina, I am in fact an Imperial. If you want to do optimal more damage, you can go be a Dark Elf, or you can go and be an Orc. But me personally, I found to be Imperial extremely strong on a Dragonite because of how costly the skills are on this class. So 100%, I think Imperial is the best for both Mag and Stamina. And I'll get into an alternate version, if you'll say, if you want to prefer like a Mag DK style, right? So, next we're running Smoked Bear Haunch. We're running the Serpent. You can swap out the Serpent for, I don't know, like the Warrior, the Thief if you want, depending on like your mythics and stuff like that, right? Honestly, whatever you want to run here, you can put whatever. I like the Serpent. I feel like I'm pretty tanky, and I really don't ever run out of sustain with this, so yeah, I'm just spamming everything, right? And obviously, Stage 3 Vamp, that's a no-brainer. You're running this on every single class because you want to be as tanky as you want to be in PvP, right? So, if you have any questions on anything like that, leave it here, and like I said, I will get back to you. So, next, we're going to go into the skills. Alright, so as most people do know, I love a Reverb DK more than anything in this game. It is my favorite playstyle. I love playing a tanky DK that can just nuke you down with dots and overtime effects and just brittle your health to nothing. My favorite way to play DK, so I'm running with Reverb over D-Swing and over Petrify. Like I said, if you want to run a mag version of this build, I can also get into that here in a second. So, we're running Reverb, Cinderstorm as a heal, Coag is your main burst heal, overpowered as fuck, Volatile Armor, pull Nightblades at a stealth, very strong. Resolving Vigor, makes you extremely tanky and gives you a nice little dot, or a hot, my bad, to heal over time. Then you have Corrosive, the strongest ultimate in probably the entire game other than Incap. This thing shreds everything. This, Onslaught, and Incap are the strongest ultimates in the entire game, I promise. Following that, on the back bar, we have Take Flight. My favorite ultimate in the entire game. I love just leaping people from across the map. It's beautiful, it's gorgeous. It's just my favorite ultimate. Then you have Noxious Breath, obvious for reasons. It's a Fracture, it's a dot overtime, very strong. Then you have your Spammable, which is your Molten Whip. This is probably one of the coolest ways to play a Dragonite is using Whip. If you don't want to run a Whip, you can obviously run, you can run the little pebbles that you throw at people. Stone Fist, or you can put on Uppercut if you want. You can even put on Crit Rush if you want. Spam Crit Rush at people if you really want to. It's up to you. But I like running Molten Whip because I think it looks sexy. Then you run a Forward Momentum as your Snare Immunity and your Major Brutality, right? You don't need speed with this build. You're a DK, you're tanky. You don't need speed. Next, you run a Flames of Oblivion. This is what I actually use as a spammable. This and Noxious Breath are my spammables until I get my 3 Crux pretty much, and then I just Molten Whip your forehead off. That's what I run. Then you have Venomous Claw, one of the strongest dots, especially right now with the new changes to your passives. So, makes DK very strong again, right? So that's what I'm running on the bar setup. Now, if you want to run this on a Magicka DK version, I would swap out the 2H for Dual Wield. I would run Sword and Board Dual Wield. If you want, you can obviously make this a Frost Staff. I prefer Sword and Board Dual Wield. I think it's more fun. It's more old school. I don't like the hybridization new stuff. I'm not a big fan of staves unless I'm playing like a Mag Sorc or like, a Mag Warden or a Mag Arcanist. Me personally, I prefer to play Sword and Board Dual Wield if you're going to go with a Mag DK version. And then if you are going with a Mag DK version, obviously I would take off Reverb and I would put on Petrify. And then I would take off Venomous Claw for the other morph. The Burning Embers, I think it's called. And you'll also get a nice juicy heal from that. And that's pretty much it. And then obviously take off Forward Momentum for your Molten Armaments. I would put my Molten Armaments somewhere on my back bar. And then you're going to put Petrify on your front bar. Me personally, that's what I would run. And then, yeah. If you want to, and that's like a single target build. If you want to add in some AoE like Talons or even Inhale, you obviously can. Fit that wherever you feel needed. Yeah, that's what I would do if you want to play a Mag DK version, right? So, following that, let's jump into the CP, and we'll be done with this. Alright, Blue Tree, we are running Fighting Finesse, Focus Mending, Master at Arms, and Duelist Rebuff. Very tanky with Focus Mending and Duelist Rebuff. Very, very tanky. Also, you have a lot of damage coming in from Master at Arms and Fighting Finesse. Red CP, runner Celerity. This is all the speed you need, especially on a DK, like when you're kiting. This is all the speed you need. If you're running the Mag DK version that I just set up and you have Race Against Time on, if you want to run Race Against Time, you're obviously going to be fucking flying. So you probably take this off for something else, but Celerity is all you need for moving speed on the DK. Then you have Survival Instincts. Obvious reasons. makes your skills cost 25% less. Very strong. Pain's Refuge, you take up to 20% less damage. When you're getting zerged down, this is very, very useful. Then you have Sustain by Suffering. You just get them nice little recoveries, and you're pretty much infinite sustain, right? So that is the build. If you guys have any questions, please leave it in the comments below, and I will respond as soon as I can. Don't expect many more videos from ESO. I hate to say that, but I am leaving on a deployment. I can't say when, but here in the near future, I am leaving. So I probably won't be posting as much for a while, but then I'll be back and we'll be back on the grind, right? So hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you guys did, drop a like. Subscribe if you haven't already. It does help me out a lot. We have been growing substantially. I think I said that right. But we have been growing, and I thank you all so very much. Thanks to the community. I fucking love this place. I love the ESO community, even though it's toxic. I love everyone that has been supporting me and helping me grow my channel. And yeah, I just wanted to say thank you guys. And yeah, leave comments if you have any questions, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.